Hey turtle nerds, welcome back to another video. Now in today's video, we are setting up, please focus on me. No, not the background. There, good, focus. Okay, in today's video, I'm gonna go ahead and set up an enclosure for a potential mystery turtle that I might be getting in a couple of weeks. I can't say much about it. It's all kind of up in the air. I kind of have to prove that like I could have a good enough enclosure for this animal. And yeah, basically I'm not gonna say what it is just for anticipation purposes, but I'm gonna be going ahead and setting up. It's a 110-gallon stock tank, and I just came back from Home Depot. Sorry, no, because until they sponsor me, from the Orange hardware store, and I got some supplies, so let's set up this enclosure. But really quickly, if you want to help me like be able to afford more tubs and things from the Orange hardware store, make sure that you guys hit the link right up over here and head over to my Patreon. You also get behind the scenes access to what I'm doing. Those people over there actually know what the mystery turtle is. So I usually just like spill the beans over there and just tell people what's going on, or if eggs are hatching, whatever. I give them turtles when they're available, first access to all kinds of fun stuff. Join the list here, all kinds of cool stuff. If you want to go another extra step to help and support the channel, you can hit the link up over here as well. And I have some merch, some cool shirts and stuff. I'm not wearing it now. I'm wearing my Rivercrest Group shirt, which is a very fantastic company. But anyway, all that stuff aside, this is where I keep all my turtle stuff. I keep it all stacked in this 110-gallon stock tank, but I need the stock tank. So I need to empty this all out somehow and get this tub. Okay, my bad. I just kind of went nuts and cleared out the tub and just organized the heck out of everything because I don't know, I get stressed when I have too much stuff. And then I don't think, and I just like, I do before I think and film and whatnot. But let me show you what my current thought process is. My brain is working so fast I can barely speak English. This species likes shallow water, and they like these like bushy types of woody plants. So the original goal was going to be to take this tub and make it like a mud wallow for it to like chill in and stuff, but this like barely fits in here. This thing takes up nearly all of the space. So then, hello little bug. Oh no, you flipped over. Oh no, you flipped over again. Grab on. Okay, let's get you back into a bush. Anyway, I was gonna just take this thing and fill this with sand and make the wallow, but it doesn't fit in here well with that because this is a circular tub and that is a rectangle in shapes and geometry. So I want this plant in here to provide cover. I want to put sticks all up in here so he can like come up and like kind of hang out. But even this is too friggin' big. My tubs are too big. So essentially what I think I'm going to do is probably just find a much smaller tub to put over here in this corner and just have it be a nice little shallow tub and maybe a little ramp so he can come all the way up here, and then of course a little basking area down here. That I think is going to be the current plan. Also, I would want to take all of this like garbage out. Like these little balls and beads are like fertilizer stuff that I do not want in my enclosure. So I'm going to rinse out the roots, fill this with good dirt, and then, I don't know, call it a day, and then plant it back down in here. Also, I have a feeling that this species likes a lot of tannins in the water. So I also got some sphagnum, no, not in the water. I got some sphagnum moss, and I'm going to mix that in with the sand to make like a tannin rich sort of shallow tub type enclosure. I also am going to use leaf litter, I think, at some point, so I need to find some magnolia leaves or something that doesn't break down easily and sprinkle them in here. After some lunch and some more fiddling around, I found this tub of mine, which should fit really nicely like that, and I think that will work fairly well as a nice little wallow area for this little mystery turtle to potentially hang out in. I think I have a really fun idea for how I'm gonna separate and make a little muddy enclosure in this, or like a little like sand wallow thing. I have a really good idea, but I think our preparation work is pretty much almost done and we can begin assembling. Oh wait, I gotta wash out the roots from this. Yeah, I have to do that. Whoops. Okay, so I'm gonna try to physically get as much dirt out of this as I can and just toss it in the garden, and then I might go ahead and rinse it if I feel like it needs to be. My GoPro died, so I was gonna do a time lapse, but I don't want this camera overheating, so we're just gonna see what happens. Well, this thing is breaking through this plastic because the plant is getting so big. It literally busted it. Wow, I guess I'll just take the surface layer stuff off, all those green little balls and stuff, and then just replant this thing. There we go. Oh. I'm gonna work on those roots. This camera will overheat if I leave it on for any longer, so apologies. My GoPro is also not turning on, which is great. Point is, I'll be right back. This thing is nearly like entirely roots. Look at this. Look, it is just not busting up at all. This thing is not busting at freaking all. I've been doing this for the last like 10-15 minutes, nothing. At least I got, I think, all of the fertilizer and garbage out, and now I can put it back in a different pot with better dirt and soil and whatnot. Oh, this poor thing. And I need space to breathe. Okay, so I've repotted this thing into a planter without holes at the bottom, so dirt and garbage doesn't get in my enclosure. I also added 100% natural, organic, no fertilizer, no BS, peat all around to fill the spaces. So now here's my idea with this thing. I have extra pieces of pond liner, so I think I'm gonna take that thing, put it like right here, and then take 2 bricks and put them here and here, and use the bricks, well, actually on the outside of this thing, to hold back the sand. And I think I'm gonna make like half of this all sand by using my liner. It's either gonna work really well or really poorly, but it's worth a try. Yeah, I think I'm actually ready to do that now. So I'm going to drag some space and some stuff to make room in my screened porch here. Move over my chair. Here we go. Alrighty. There we go. I think that should be okay. Right like that, I guess. I don't know what I'm doing. And now let's see if I can make my little wallow idea work. I just snagged a brick that I needed and found this, a freaking Black Widow. So I'm gonna take this away from all of my stuff. Oh boy, let's see if I can do this correctly. I might have accidentally flipped it on one of its legs, but I think these guys are kind of tough. All right, little one, get out of here. Oh yeah, no, she's fine. Nope, she is just fine. All right, so long, little friend. Oh, it's raining. It's raining, I gotta go. All right, so what I ended up doing was I took some bricks that I had and I sectioned off this area, and because sand is really fine, and if I just put these bricks here, the sand would end up coming through these cracks and whatnot, so I just threw a piece of liner on top of it and pinched it between these 2 bricks. There's another brick right here. The hardest part was getting this last one here, but basically this should stop the majority of sand from getting out. Sure, there's gonna be a little bit of spillage like between here and whatnot, but this rubber liner should really stop the majority of it from coming. And also when I put the sand in, it will end up weighing everything down kind of like this. So I'm pretty pleased with that. I'm just trying to figure out if I should pre-rinse that sand before I put it in, or put it in, mix it all around, and then just keep draining and refilling it. Now, to make sand safe for our turtle enclosure, literally all we need to do with it is just rinse it out. And what I'm gonna end up doing is I'm gonna dump all this in here. I'm gonna keep filling and refilling this enclosure with water. This stupid little tub. Basically, you do that until the water runs clear, and then you have sand. So this is literally it. This is how we wash our sand. And look at it like going down into the lower layers and like slowly trickling in. That's kind of cool. We can speed up this process by pushing some sand to the side, and you can see it'll just get all up in there. So that's why what I do is I go through here and I mix it around and stir it all up and everything. Make sure that everything is nice and hyper saturated. Make sure that everything is mixing. And I'm just gonna do this for a hot minute and just keep rinsing it and let it overflow until it runs clear. I have never had sand take this long to run clear. Like, it's insane. I mean, look, you could finally start to see my hand a couple inches down, but I've been running this. I mean, look at all the water. It's probably been running for like 20 minutes straight, and it still is I would say that this is like barely acceptable. I mean, I'm just gonna say screw it and toss it in just because it doesn't really matter. There's no turtle going in it right now, but oh my goodness gracious, this is taking forever, and I have 3 more freaking bags. The good news though is that this sand, unlike other sand that I've ever used before, is extremely, extremely fine and very soft, which is really good for burying and burrowing into. And plus it feels really cool. So I think that the species will really like it. At least it better. This stuff is so difficult to get out. I started mixing some sphagnum moss, but now I'm deciding that I don't actually want it in this enclosure. I feel like it'll just break down and make a mess. But unfortunately, once it's in, I can't really get all of it out, which is fine. It's my mistake. It'll break down eventually and it'll come out with water changes, but I have to like just keep grabbing handfuls and throwing it on this side. Life's a beach. I'm just playing in the sand. Ha ha ha. Kill me. Go. Freaking get out. Come on. Ah. And now I'm gonna let this enclosure fill up nicely. Okay, so I have it filling and simultaneously draining to try to clear up the water for the purposes of the video, and I want underwater footage. But this plant, the water level is higher than the plant is, so I don't want water like filling into that thing. So I put a brick down, and now we're gonna place our lovely plant. Let's pray that this works and it doesn't float. Almost. It floats. Of course it floats. Why would it not? I had a feeling this would happen. But look how good it would look right here. Okay, plan B. I am so friggin' exhausted. Here's how I fixed that problem. Basically, I asked my mom, okay? But I was supposed to put a drainage layer at the bottom, so I put some gravel and I put some sand, and that helped to weigh it down, and then I put some sand at the top, so that way when I get this little critter, it won't like kick up all the dirt and whatnot, or just kind of prevent it from kicking up dirt if it gets up there into the enclosure. Right now, I'm just running the water. Turn on the hose, turn on the pump, let it circulate. Look, we can actually see to the bottom now, which is awesome. So yeah, I think I'm almost done. I'll get the filter in here, and then that's gonna be it. Oh, also driftwood, and eventually I need to get some leaf litter, but for now, just driftwood. Let's get this old filter that I've had forever plugged in. This is a Fluval U4, and I kinda need two hands to do this. All right, turtle nerds, so here is the completed setup. Of course, it's still gonna be a little cloudy, but we have this nice little island in the middle, some fake plants here until I can get some leaf litter, a nice basking spot with this piece of driftwood, a land area up in here, and just all kinds of good stuff, a little hide. And so this enclosure is finally, you can hear the freaking cicadas or whatever they are, because it's very late right now. It is all finally completed. Make sure you guys hit the subscribe button so you can stay tuned to see what potentially will be going in this tub. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see y'all in the next one.